Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back with another episode of interviews with Shiver Bruce. I'm gonna allow our guest to introduce himself.
Yo, what's happening? It's UV SCUTTI. Some people call me Scutties. And I retired the name Scuttbutt. So if you ever hear somebody call me Scuttbutt,
Okay.
it's done.
That's normal though.
Yeah, Bear from the Delinquent Podcast ruined that for everybody. So when you see Bear, just know he ruined it for everybody. They know what I'm talking about.
You want to get into that, or you want to wait?
And this is a big joke, but it was like they were potting. Niggas be potting. Okay. And he was like scut butt, and I was like, you can't butt it. It's just scut butt. See, you ruined it for everybody. So you just don't butt a grown man like.
Understood. This is gonna be an interesting conversation. I've been waiting to have this interview for a while. You are a interesting character, to say the least. Yeah, hot takes and some perspectives we're about to get into. Before we do, let's get to know you a little bit better. Where are you from? Where are you hailing
I'm actually a military brat, but I was born in El Paso, Georgia, and I've been in Virginia since 2007. I moved to Richmond in like 2018. So I've been Richmond, what is the word? A Richmond citizen, I guess. I don't know what the word is right now, but and I enjoy it. I love the city of Richmond. It's like, people like to talk down about it, but I love Richmond.
I love it too. I'm a military brat myself. Born in Georgia too.
Oh, nice.
I ain't never heard about El Paso though.
Yeah, it was El Paso, Texas, man. It's like.
Oh, what? You said El Paso, Georgia.
Did I? I'm in El Paso, Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, bro, we be potting. I was born in El Paso, Texas. We moved up here from Fort Stewart, Georgia.
That's where I was born.
Yeah, see, that's all right.
Small world.
I remember our address and everything.
Oh man.
I remember every address that we've ever lived at almost.
That's alright. That's alright. That's gonna come in handy one day.
One day. It actually did. Like a few years ago, my mom randomly texted the family group chat, "Hey, do you remember our address on Fort Stewart?" I was like, "Yeah." It's crazy. Then everybody's like, "Why do you remember that?"
So speaking of which, if you can give us like a smooth coast through, what was the 90s like, early 2000s, high school? What was that like?
So the early 90s, I guess we did a lot of moving. Yeah, we did a lot of moving in the early 90s. And it was just like, a time. It was way different than it is now. And in 2000s, you switch into becoming a teenager. And that's when you start like learning like real life lessons. Like, I feel like as a child, like I had your average childhood, but like I was a little more cognitive than most children are.
What you mean?
Like as far as like the way adults treated to me and talked to me, like you would have thought they were talking to like a person way older at times. So it was like
you were ahead of your time.
Yeah, it was a little ahead of my time.
Okay. You stayed off camera. You were into video games. What was your early experiences with that?
Man, I think we had the Nintendo. I think that was the first one. Just the Nintendo.
64?
I mean, we all had the Nintendo 64, but I think I started with like Nintendo, like Street Fighter, and then we had the Sega Genesis. Like I think I've had every game system that came out. I even owned an Atari for a few weeks when I was in like 3rd grade.
Shoot, on the topic, do you have like a Mount Rushmore of video games? Any console?
Oh man, yes, actually.
What's your top 4? Any console.
Top 4. All right, so people don't remember this one, but it was on the Xbox 360. It was called Naruto Broken Bonds.
Okay.
That was one of the best anime games I've ever played.
There you go.
God of War 2 on the PS2.
Mixing it up.
Halo 2 on the Xbox. And then just because I would have to say right now, because it's like it was a different game for me, and like I really got into it, like immersed into it. I would say Elden Ring, just for right now. Like Elden Ring may switch out, so it's like most people go like anything typical: Smash Brothers, NBA Street, NFL Street, Def Jam Fight for New York. I was like, these are all great games, but like the games that like had me hooked were games a lot of people didn't even play. Like I I think my taste in games is like my taste in music. I would like typically bad games. Like I like typically bad.
What draws you to certain games? The storyline, gameplay.
Really, it's never really. Most times it's storyline. Like it took me a while to get into storyline games, but like I'm an achievement whore. So it's like if it gives me easy achievements and I'm not really doing much, then I'm into it. Like I like a hack and slasher where I'm just mowing down waves of enemies or like that, and then it's like boom, achievement, you killed 100 enemies. Like, oh yeah, I love this game.
Dopamine release.
Yeah. So if it's going like it took me a while to get back into sports games. Like I took like a 4-year break from. You 2K
said you were doing something good on one of them. 2K.
2K. I just got to the playoffs with my center.
Who you playing with?
I'm on the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan, which is unfortunate, but I'm a Knicks fan. Yeah.
I'm not too big on sports, but I got a couple of sports questions since we're on sports. How you feel about Bron and his son?
You mean LeGoat?
LeGoat.
LeGoat?
Lakers fan too?
I'm not ever against somebody like doing something like playing with the son. The things LeBron has done for the NBA, it's just like these are real accolades, and his dream was to play with his son. So it's like you can't be mad at a man for making that happen. It's like he's a great dad. He got his son in the league, whether people believe Bronny worked for it or he just didn't deserve it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my dad was a state champion track runner. Like I wish that was something I could do. Like with him, like
that'd be tough. Yeah.
A father-son track meet. He was like really fast when he was like younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I forget how old I am now. So it's like when he was a teenager, like he was really, really fast. Like man. That. So I can't be mad at the GOAT passing the mantle on to his son. That's just on his son to be great. Like after LeBron's done his job, now it's on Bronny to carry on the legacy.
It's true. Somebody said the GOAT. I ain't mad at it. Okay, how about the early 2000s? What's that like?
Early 2000s was a lot of figuring out, like figuring out yourself, figuring out like the people around you. I don't know. It's like the early 2000s for me was just me. I don't even know. Like I was doing a lot. Like even now, I think I've always been kind of an interesting person. Like I started working early. I had been into music early, video games. Like I think that I'm mad now, but like really the only thing I wasn't too focused on was like girls in the early 2000s. Well, now it's just like girls, yay. You know what I'm saying?
You're still being a kid.
Yeah, I was like literally still riding bikes and stuff, man. And then I started driving. And that's when I guess that's when life turns up for you, when you learn how to drive.
So what's life like high school and leading out of that?
High school, what's crazy is even like from like my early childhood to high school, like I could always like rap. So high school, I was just known as like the cool. I wouldn't say I was like the coolest kid, but I was just cool with everybody. Fair. I tried sports just cause, but it's like I never really took it serious. I was like really smart. I was in honors classes up until 11th grade, and then I just said I didn't want to do it anymore. Like most people flunk out of honors. I was just like, I don't want to do this. Once I realized like I'm just doing double the work that everyone else is doing, I was just like, nah. I mean, and then I think also like steered me away from honors classes was when I was in Georgia. I had to take like a whole semester's worth of classes in a quarter in a 9 weeks. So it's like they do their thing by semester. So I had to take a whole semester's worth of courses and do work in 9 weeks, and I got it done. And I came up here with the credits that I needed to actually graduate 2 years early. Like I came up here with 27 credits. So I came into 11th grade with 27 credits. And they were like, because I didn't have VA core classes, that didn't qualify me to graduate early. And then I had no electives. So like my 11th and 12th grade year was just like all core classes. And my electives were like history, geometry, like one
regular class.
Yeah, one semester I took like 2 maths and 2 sciences. It was like, yo, how are you taking biology, geometry, earth science, and trigonometry? And like I don't know, bro. Like you get, it was cool though, because my math teacher was like, for both classes was the same dude, so it was cool regardless. But
True. Before we get into the fun stuff, let's tap into your brain a little bit. This is off the list. It's 2024. In the ideal world, how do you see 2030 from your perspective?
In an ideal world in 2030, we're not too focused on how others feel about you. Social media isn't as prominent in people's lives. The government isn't trying to run us down into the ground, and everything is like equal. Like people will say that's communism, but I feel like because of social media, like people's like people's sense of like common sense is like diminished. So it's like you can present cold hard facts to people on the internet. You can present cold hard facts and they won't care because they have an opinion. So it's like in 2030, people will let go of ego and everybody just lives like before social media was like really dictating people's lives. Just like the early, I would say the time period of like 2002 to 2006. If we can mentally get back there where everybody was just having fun and no one really cared what the next person was doing. Or honestly, we need to go back into the world of Crank That, like anywhere between Crank That and Jerky, like where everyone was as far as a mindset.
Okay.
Now it's like, the culture. Now it's I'm right. No, I'm right. I'm gangster. You're gangster. I'm this. I'm that. Like you're wrong for this. It's just like everyone's. My mama says it. Opinions are like butts. Everyone has one and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everyone feels like their opinion matters. When in reality, no one's opinion really matters. There is not one guy up there in a place of power and like watching you like, oh, this guy has some good takes. I think he could run some stuff. Like no one's doing that, bro. Like no one cares how you feel about black people on the internet, because in real life, you wouldn't say any of this to a black person. No one cares how you feel about these people that identify as that, because in real life, you wouldn't address them.
Let's dive into this a little further. Give me a hot take that most people might not agree with.
A hot take that most people may not agree with.
Before we get into these questions.
It is okay.
Oh, it's okay.
To go 50-50 with your girl on things.
Oh.
It's okay.
Oh.
In this economy, so the people who say that it's not okay to go 50-50 on things don't understand how the economy works. Baby girl, if you going to work making your money, I'm going to work making my money, you ain't got to pay the big bills. Like I got the big bills. It's the little bills that you should be worried about, because if I'm paying all the bills, my bills and your bills, what money we going to spend when it's time to have fun? And then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of women in our generation and the generation before don't understand financial responsibility. And this is not a dish on women's capability to finance better than men. It's not. It's just like, if you know responsibly that money isn't on you, you gonna start spending it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when we
pay for a meal or
you know, and when we need it, it's gone because you felt like, hey, it's my money, I gotta spend it. It's nothing wrong. But there are women, like I do follow certain TikToks. There are women who like live that life. They make their money and they just put it away. So it's like a rainy day type situation.
Yeah.
But it's like I personally feel like everyone should have an exit plan. Even you women who are allowing a man to take care of you, bravo. But always be mindful that if he gets tired of you and everything is in his name, you did all this for nothing.
Give me another one. Give me another hot take. One more if you got
another hot take.
This is gold.
I know everyone's gonna hate me.
You wanna pull it out later?
No, you're good. You're good.
You ready to go for it? Go for it.
In a 1v1, LeBron is cooking Jordan.
Wait, prime?
Prime. 2013 Miami LeBron? Would you consider that prime LeBron?
I'm not a sports enthusiast. You could
Don't get me wrong. Jordan gonna cook. He gonna cook. Like, Jordan gonna cook. I can't take nothing from him. I used to. But LeBron is a different animal. on that basketball
court.
court.
Like,
it's gonna be a good game, but LeBron's taking that one.
Okay.
I'd say 7 out of 10 times. I got LeBron beating.
He probably crashes in the net with that one.
Yeah, they're gonna be furious. They're gonna be furious. Like, oh, that guy doesn't know basketball.
So, which one you want to do first? Politics or hip hop?
We could do hip hop.
You want to do hip hop first?
We can do hip hop.
Okay. You want to start at the top of the list or the bottom of the list?
It don't even matter. Dealer's choice.
Oh, Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice.
So, what's your take on Drake and Kendrick Lamar?
Drake's cooked. I said it off camera. He's cooked. He's one of my favorite artists. He's I wouldn't say a huge inspiration on me, but just like his versatility has really inspired me to do different things, like as far as my music. But when it comes to like pure hip hop beef like this, like people who say Drake didn't lose or Kendrick's being corny or any of that, they don't understand real rap beef. They don't understand hip hop beef, bro. They didn't listen to like Ether or much 50 Cent. Remember, early 50 Cent was rap beef. Like, he was just beefing with rappers and ending careers. Kendrick has cooked Drake so hard. Like, he basically has forced Drake to either A, respond with some of the hardest bars that he has, which he can't, or B, give us another Views from the Six. And really, we might just get another Take Care out of all this. Like, heed my warning. Drake is probably about to drop one of the best albums he's dropped in a long time. Like Drake's music, but when it comes to the rap beef, Kendrick Lamar literally single-handedly stopped the biggest star of our generation from Draking. Like, it's just, he forced him to rap, but then came back. It was just like, here's a warning, here's a verbal warning, here's a written warning, here's a write-up, and now you're in detention. Like, he literally went through the phases of it.
Yeah. Like,
come on. Kendrick Lamar went so hard on Drake that J. Cole conceded. Had nothing to do with Cole. And Cole, did you listen to 7 Minute?
Yeah.
Hard. He went hard. I don't know what made him delete it, but you know how hard you gotta rap at another man for a man who can rap be like, you know what? I don't want to get involved with this one. Like, I would understand if it was somebody who lyrically couldn't hang with Kendrick, but like, you're one of the best, you know what I'm saying, lyricists of our generation. You can actually hang with Kendrick Lamar, whether people want to believe it or not. And he decided,
Let me ask a question then. Hypothetically, you're on the phone with Drake right now. You gotta give him solid advice moving forward. What would that be?
Stop being weird.
What that mean?
Stop being weird. Stop ruining your artist's career. Stop, you know what I'm saying? Like, with all the rumors and things circulating around Drake, it's just like, he's weird and people allow him to be weird. So just stop being weird, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? As far as ending people's careers, like, look at all the people that were on his label that did nothing. Like, all the people Drake endorsed and their careers went downhill because of it. Let's not forget, he's a culture vulture. Nothing wrong with it, but like, he's a culture vulture. He's a culture vulture. So it's like, stop being weird, bro. It's okay to be you, bro. It's 100% okay. If artists like Lil Dicky can succeed, if Lil Yachty can succeed in them real selves, Drake can too. I don't think he wants to be Drake. Drake's scared to be Aubrey. That's what it is.
Oh.
And Kendrick was telling him, like, I'm talking to Aubrey, not Drake. I'm talking to Aubrey.
What do you, since we're here, were there any like highlights that stood out to you in the back and forth from both sides?
So with Drake, that first track that he came out with, that 7 minute song, good response. But because it was so long, it was like 30% rapping, 70% yapping to me, because it didn't need to be that long. Like, he got his point across in like 3 minutes of that song. So the rest of it was just Drake making a radio hit, which he does. Drake, he makes hits. He makes hits. You can't take that from him. But it's like, if you've proven your point, like, you're not even, at this point, you're not even beating a dead horse. You're like sitting on the saddle and the horse rode off. Like, but Kendrick, not like us, the one with Metro and Future. That verse, it was like, okay, Drake, how you gonna? Yeah, it's like, how you gonna respond? He responds, and then he gives us Euphoria, and then he gives us Not Like Us, and then he gives us Meet the Grams. Like, that was 3 songs, 3 different ways. And the first 2 were literally just him, you know what I'm saying? That was literally... surgical. Right. It was surgical. And Kendrick literally, he warned him, bro. And I feel like that wasn't even a warning to Drake. It was literally a warning to J. Cole. And Drake took it personally when J. Cole didn't. So it was like Drake kind of did it to himself. Like, yeah, Kendrick might have taken a shot at Drake, but what did Drake say in 2008? Diss me, you'll never hear a reply for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have left it alone. Like, you left the Pusha T beef alone. You should have left Kendrick Lamar alone. And like, I guess Drake thought he was going to be able to gimmick his way out of this, or the fans were going to come to his rescue. But now I'm starting to see that Drake fans are almost as delusional as Eminem fans.
Elaborate.
Like, they're Drake fans, like, they're like, I saw somebody tweet, can't nobody on TDE out rap Drake. I said, oh shit. What? I was like, what? Are y'all not listening to music? Schoolboy Q is definitely out rapping. He might not make more hits than Drake, but he's out rapping Drake. Absol is out rapping Drake. Y'all really believe J-Rock is not out rapping Drake, bro? Like, what TDE, these same people that are saying that were on TDE's Meet when Kendrick dropped Good Kid, Mad City. Like, remember, everybody was on TDE's Meet, bro. I think the only one that wasn't getting that much love was Schoolboy Q. It's like, yeah, they're... But I love how that, like, as far as points sticking out, I think that's what sticks out to me the most. Like, Kendrick really has bothered not only Drake, but his fans. Like, he did the job that was supposed to be done.
What did you think of Serena's response at the ESPYs to the Not Like Us back and forth? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I saw that she crypt walked on stage though. So
basically, just paraphrasing what she said. One thing we learned not to ever mess with Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Man, she said she would hate to be Drake right now or something.
I mean, Drake had that coming. Didn't he like come out and say something crazy about? I mean, like, he made his bed. Now it's time to lay in it. Like, me personally, if you see this, Miss Williams,
I think she's married.
What that mean? What that mean?
Oh man,
I'm just trying to let her treat my tennis balls. she's a world-class tennis player.
Oh Lord.
You know, I said I'm into some weird things. I'll paint them green.
You gotta put a disclaimer at the front of the show.
Hey, look.
Thoughts and views.
You know what I'm saying? If she ever see this, just know I love her. She's so thick.
You got a Mount Rushmore? You wanna get into that list? You wanna slide in there?
A Mount Rushmore of like celebrity women, they're all like OnlyFans girls. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't like wholesome women. I love a wholesome women, but like my fantasies, they're not wholesome women. They're not. Like,
you just
like Miss B Nasty, Janice the Heart. Oh my god.
Straight to it. Was that 2 individuals?
Yes. People? Woo! Janice the Heart, bro. This dark skinned lady, bro. I gotta take the last one. Janice Heart. Oh my god. She's so fine.
She got adjectives.
The things that lady does, just.
What's her name again?
Janice Hart.
Janice Hart?
Janice Hart.
In your relation to Kevin?
Huh?
Huh?
Is she related to Kevin? No, I don't think so. I don't think she's ever addressed it either. But nah, she can't.
Or undressed it?
I would undress the life out of that lady. Like, I don't. She might get me though. So, but you got her, Quincy Rowe. Yeah, she's become one of my favorites, and Thick Daphne. And you got to give honorable mentions to Miss Natural.
What's her name?
Miss Natural. Miss Natural Johnson. Oh my God. Woo. I'm just thinking about it. If I had all 4 of those women in a room, they could do whatever they wanted to me.
Yeah, this is where we slide in the commercial break. This ad was brought to you by.
This ad was brought to you by OnlyFans. Woo.
Got fans? Oh man. Let's keep it on hip hop for a second before we switch gears. We're 50 years into hip hop. What's your perspective on the culture?
I think we either A, gonna let social media ruin us and music, or B, we're gonna be like back into that mindset. Like everybody believes 2016 was the best year for music.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it wasn't, but it was like the time in which it was very easy for you to have a hit. That's when that started. Like all these, like not necessarily one hit wonders, but like these songs that kind of go viral on TikTok and just become hits. It's like in 50 years, I feel like that would be so easy, like for you to just come up with a hit. Just like anyone could make it, but it's like everyone's trying to make it. So I guess that would make it hard. It's like the chances are slim, but it's like not as hard as you think it would be. Like I was talking to somebody last night. He was like, I have music I've recorded, I just never let it out because I feel like I didn't like it. I was like, bro, it really only takes one. All it takes is one that gets so catchy that other people like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at it. Like On the Floor by SJJ Fish. Arguably one of the worst songs ever, but like we love that song for some reason. And he's like, he continued making music and people don't even know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just know SJJ Fish from that one song. But there are people who still follow him and stuff. But
what do you think the state of the underground is?
The state of the
I think you kind of answered it a little bit.
The state of the underground, it's not even underground anymore. Like a lot of it's just like the mindset for the underground is like stay down till you come up. There are people who will remain underground, you know what I'm saying? Like there are people who just probably won't ever make it big in the mainstream, not because they're not marketable. Some of them it's just like by choice. Like I'm good on signing a big contract and stuff like that. Like, do you listen to Rob Banks?
Mm-hmm.
I was working on a bathroom by myself and I was in there for like 7 hours. I listened to like all his last like 8 albums. I didn't skip one song. A lot of people don't know like who Rob Banks is, and I'd be like, yeah, he brought Ski Mask and XXX out. We all know who they are. Ski Mask still makes music, but I don't really listen to it. It's like he came to the big platform and then fell back down to the underground. So I think that's, as far as the underground goes, a lot of people's like main objective is to come out the underground. But if they don't make it, they got to go back to the underground. But a lot of them don't continue making the same content that they were that got them out of the underground. So they just kind of fall to the back.
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit. I got a question for you. It's not on the list. I want to see what your natural answer gonna be. Hypothetically, me and you, we bring it back. Celebrity deathmatch. I need you to come up with the perfect fight, 1-on-1, and a good undercard.
Ooh.
I got a couple nominations if you need a nomination.
Alright, give me a nomination.
You want the undercard or you want the big one?
The undercard first.
Kendrick Drake.
I feel like because of a business aspect, that would be the main card.
No. You gotta know my main card.
Alright, who's your main
Biden
card?
Trump.
That would be the main card. Like, but honestly, will either one of them make it to the ring?
Right, I mean, Trump clearly could.
Yeah.
We ain't even get to that yet.
Mini men.
I say we ain't even get.
Hey, 50 Trump, bro. I would
Trump
say.
Pop.
I would say. Ooh, that would be. It would probably be Drake and Kendrick.
Undercard or
undercard.
Okay.
Or honestly. I'm trying to think like who actually
culturally, it's
like
not...
culturally who has like just random beef
and pull at the same time.
Yeah, like I don't know. I really don't know who would just be like, oh,
Joe Budden of Light TV.
Joe and Vlad maybe, but I don't really too much care for Vlad myself. Like I don't watch Joe's content all that much. So
really.
I don't dislike Joe Budden, but I just feel like he thinks his place in hip hop is up higher than it really is. So
okay.
I just don't like the way he carries himself. Some stuff he be spot on. Like I'm not lying to you, spot on. But then it's just like, right, you really don't have no place. Like his opinion on the Migos is like, bro, their music has gotten way more accolades than yours. Whether you feel like you're a better rapper than not or not. Like, bro, I don't care. That's like Draymond Green saying Charles Barkley can't say nothing to him. Like, well, Charles Barkley is 100% better than you. It's just you got the rings. Like,
Man, I wanted to ask you about the debate, but I feel like this attempted assassination is way more.
Oh yeah, Trump and foe. Because of that, Trump and foe. Like, I'm not a Trump supporter at all, but Trump and foe. Like,
what are you saying?
Like, if this were the playoffs and it was Trump versus Biden for 7 debates, Trump and foe. Trump is going to win it by a landslide, bro, and that solidified it. Like I think it was a fake assassination attempt. It was just something created by Trump.
Why do people feel like that?
To create hysteria, like he has to come out of this looking like the hero. Remember, Trump just got hit with all those charges, so he has to make himself not look like the criminal he is. He just has to make himself not look like, you know what I'm saying, a bad person. He has to look like the people's person, not the people's champ, but I am a people's person. Like, I am like one of you guys. Somebody took an attempt at my life, and I'm here. I'm here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in your eyes, I mean, in the eyes, you gotta put yourself in the shoes of somebody that, like, you know what I'm saying, is a leader or something like that. Like, think about, like, in history, I don't know if you like pay attention to history, but like the kings that were revered more were the kings that went into battle with their army. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like take what was it? Not it wasn't. It was Hannibal and I think Hammurabi. Who was the leader of Babylon that used to ride into battle with his troops? Babylon.
I am not sure.
I want to say it was Hannibal, but he used to ride in with his soldiers. Like, he used to be in the middle.
Yeah, that's not the Hannibal I remember.
Not Hannibal Lecter. Not Hannibal Lecter. He was a leader of Babylon. I could be wrong. It could have been Hammurabi. It's been a minute, but like, definitely, he's gonna win it. He's gonna win it.
Okay. Kicks and giggles. You gotta nominate somebody to run for president, even if you don't know politicians.
Kanye West.
Okay, why?
It's always gonna be Kanye West.
Why?
Because Trump won. Why can't Kanye? Like, I feel like Kanye could run this country.
Fair.
People like to call him crazy or anything like that. I mean, I personally feel like the man's a genius, because it's like he'll say something, like he'll do or say anything. You're like, yo, that doesn't make sense, and you fast forward, like, yo, that checks out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know how he be doing that. He's done it with music several times. Some of his point of views, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you have a Mount Rushmore for rappers?
I actually take a lot of inspiration from like local rappers. So it's like,
really?
A lot of the music I listen to are like RVA artists.
Okay.
But when it comes to like Mount Rushmore, I'd have to give it to Kanye first and foremost. He's one of my biggest inspirations. If we're going like straight, like what I think like some of the best rappers, I have a Mount Rushmore for rappers, and then I have a Mount Rushmore for artists that like influence the culture as a whole. But for rappers, it would be Kanye, Jay-Z. I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, and that hit me out of nowhere. Ice Cube. Have to go Ice Cube, and then I have to go Lil Wayne.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Like, I have to go. Like, that's my four.
What about the other list?
As far as the culture goes, Soulja Boy.
Wow.
Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Pharrell. Kanye West.
Okay. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Pretty tough. Okay.
So shout out Vilified. I didn't even get to shout out my man. Shout out.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough.
Yeah, he's Richmond based. Get y'all some Vilified, the designer. Yeah.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta check him out. Okay. Shoot. Have you been seeing anything in pop culture that stood out to you?
Anything in pop culture?
Or just culture in general, news. You saw the chick in Philly got jizzed on. You saw that?
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh,
It shouldn't have been. It was the only thing that makes it funny is her screaming through the store chasing him.
They got audio.
Yes, there's audio. He came on my leg.
No.
And this dude just nutted on my leg. I was like,
no.
And the way he was running out, bro, like you could tell he was like still like trying to recover from doing it. But it's like a drive-by nutting is crazy. Like
walk by nutting.
So walk by nutting in the dollar store. Like, why are you that diabolically horny? To where you're just like and no one, bro. He's in a dollar store. No one saw a man like walking around like
just the big doubles, bro. It's the McDouble.
It's got to be something in the food, bruh. It's the internet. He had to be on Twitter. I ain't gonna lie. He had to be on Twitter. The heat. He was in heat. That's what it was. He was in heat and on Twitter. It's like, bro, sometimes I wake up in the morning, first thing I get on Twitter, I'm like, yup. Got to see this through, my boy. Got to see it through. Wow. With a laptop at. With a laptop at.
Wow. Oh, man. Okay. What else? Do you think you could win a debate against Charleston White?
Yeah. Honestly. With people like I said earlier, like people just gotta be right. He one of them people. Sometimes he don't miss. Like
How do you win against somebody that gotta be right?
You just let him talk. Like you don't argue. Like that's his thing. He like to incite people. It's like kind of hard to like get under my skin these days. So it's like you just let him talk, and eventually he gonna either backtrack, contradict himself, or concede. But that's anybody. Like I just learned that from sitting and listening to people talk sometimes.
Do you feel the same way about Orlando Brown?
I would actually let him win the argument just to hear what he has to say. Cause like
that'd be a nice undercard.
Yeah. Orlando Brown versus anybody, honestly, would be a good undercard.
It's gotta be a real animated death.
I would love to hear a debate between Andrew Tate and Charleston White.
About what?
I don't know. I would just love to see them two talk to each other.
Like, bro, I got a conspiracy theory question, I guess. And we're getting closer to the end of this interview. Do you think Kevin Samuels is actually dead?
Yeah, but I have a conspiracy theory that Kevin Samuels only hated women so much because he wanted to be one secretly.
Oh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with like it's nothing wrong with telling someone about themselves. We gotta remember, like, he was never face to face with these women. He never had anything positive to say to these women. It was always just like demean. I'm better than you, or no man's gonna want you because of this. No man's gonna want you because of that. You got kids. Like basically degrading the worth of certain women that he would converse with. But it's just like, bro, secretly you probably just want to be a woman. Like even some of the pictures of him I've seen, like, you know what I'm saying, like that would be a woman's outfit, or like he had feminine ways about him, which is no knock on him. Like that's what you are. And I'm not saying anything about his sexuality because I didn't know the guy, but like as far as like the way he spoke to women, like, you know what I'm saying, like he could have secretly wanted to be one. Not saying that he wanted to be gay, he just probably hated that he wasn't a woman, or he had mommy issues that he never let go of in his grown age.
That sounds like a YouTube essay in the making.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got 2 more questions for you.
I do want to do a video with you though, but I want to do Closer with my homie Ice Nice with it on Instagram. Yeah. We have a song called Closer. He sampled Closer to My Dreams.
I'm here for it.
And I got a fire concept for you. So when we get on camera, I got you, because I don't want nobody to steal this.
Yeah, no, yeah, you gotta keep the sauce.
Gotta keep the sauce.
Sure.
And another.
Controversial question, or relatively. Okay. Remember when the pandemic happened and everybody went into lockdown? Mm-hmm. Do you think we could handle a part 2 of that?
Yeah, absolutely. But I was never inside. Like I was never on lockdown. I was out here. I was out here the whole time. I even worked. I worked at Amazon, but I was out here the whole time. Like I never.
Like it didn't change something for you.
They were like curfew. What's that? I promise you, I never was like inside, bro.
Man, okay, I'm gonna hold you to it. Last question. Is there anything that people should be looking out for? How can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Comfortable SCUTTI. Yeah, that was my spam page. My main page got deleted again, so I just took over it. I don't have as many followers as I did. Twitter, I don't remember what it is. I think it's like Ski Mask SCUTTI. Follow me on Twitch at UV SCUTTI. As far as what to look out for these Richmond artists. Like, look out for, like, it's so much talent out here. It's so much Richmond talent, and y'all gotta stop with this, it's clicks and no. Get out here and parlay with people. Stop going to shows and only seeing your homies and leaving. Stop showing up late. Stop only pulling up to perform and leave, because you'll be surprised that you will find somebody at one of these shows. You're like, yo, I would make a fire song with him. I just recently went to Melodic Monday. Shout out to Trap Reem and Seven. And I seen Rico Bando perform 9:15. It's a song on his most latest album, E.T. I saw him perform that, and I was like, yo, this is fire. I have listened to that song 3 times a day for the last, 2, maybe 3 weeks. That song is fire. Richmond-based artist, bruh. It's like, and I have no knock against these pages that constantly post the same artists and all that. And, everybody does their thing. I just love the fact that, you know what I'm saying, there are people that other people know. But there is so much talent here, bruh. So it's be on the lookout for Richmond artists. I can't go down the list and name everybody, because it's it was...
Any honorable mentions? A couple honorable?
Man, a couple honorable mentions. You got Fluffy the Alchemist. You got OG Keish. You got Toon GG.
True.
Ice Nice with it. LV Bosch.
True.
Like I said, Rico Bando. Oh, I just met him for the first time. Ed DeRillis, the most humble person you could possibly meet. We got Shiver Bruce. We got Corey Ja. We got Lady Fox. We got Big Jazz. You got Nady. You got a couple of people out in Petersburg that I rock with. Raya Buffy, you know what I'm saying?
Honorable mentions.
Mia Money, she's hard.
Facts. I know a lot of people you said.
It's one girl, I can't pronounce her name, but I think it's Archday or Arche, or I can't pronounce it, but if I were to pull up her Instagram, she's hard. Bro, it's like I said, there's so much talent out here. Whether you're making music, you're a videographer, Sean King, Clout Squad, bro, I can't even. Rick Blair's hard, Grindaholics, you know what I'm saying? Slim Reek, shout out Slim Reek. I just recently been kicking it with Slim Reek. Bro, like I said, just look out for Richmond. Richmond's on the map, and people hate to admit it. As far as when they have those Virginia debates, who's the best, what's the best area code? It's 804, and then it's the 757. There are some fire artists in Nova and stuff. Smoke with Hutch. My man Suit Dupes from out there. Oh, Easy Trapping's from out here, but he lives in DC now. He be locked in with all the DC artists. It's just bro, I'm just so cool with so many artists. It's just hard to go down the list. But when it comes to pure, undeniable talent, the 804 has it. It's not necessarily not close, but it's just it's so much here.
Man, I appreciate you so much for your time. I'm so grateful for you. You're very talented yourself. Please don't let up. Never let up. Keep going with what you got going on. Hopefully we see you back on the couch soon.
Yeah, hopefully. And I hope Janice Hart sees this, because baby, that chocolate woman, Janice Hart, bro, she could suck you out of one of your dreams. You could be asleep.
And that has been another episode of Shiver Bruce. Make sure y'all like,
comment,
subscribe.
follow my mans. I did a thing earlier. I forgot to say my name is SCUTTI. Look, I'm just here to tell you guys, I'm back. Just know, it's coming.
Gang. Just like that. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. You already know. We back with another one.